about Universal Search for the Huntsman, and there were like, you know, a lot of actors who agreed, but then negotiations failed. So what about this character?
Everyone else turned it down and I was all that's left. They offered it to Charlize and she said, nah.
No, I just want to know, like, what about this character made you be the one to say yes?
We're meeting Rupert, and the little teaser you saw before that he shot in, I think, 24 hours or something, you know, it was hugely impressive, and I love the script. It was fantastic. We all know the story, but as I said before, it's a completely different take on it, and that excited me, and the concept art, and this cast, and, you know, it all, I try and sort of keep it pretty simple, my approach to the script. Either like it or I don't, and I can try and analyse it later, but my initial gut instinct said, yeah, this sounds like fun, so signed up, and there was no one else left.
Next. Miss Theron, I'm a third-year acting student at San Diego State, and I was wondering what kind of research did you have to do to prepare for a mean villain?
Nothing.
You know, it's weird. I usually get a question asked a lot. You play a lot of strong women, and I guess like villain or like whatever the characteristics are of the character, it's weird to kind of compartmentalize it and make it about one thing. And I think for me the biggest thing, you know, when you talk about research or trying to find a character is to just always find the truth. And really, for me, the biggest thing is an understanding of the world and the circumstances. And once I have an understanding of that, you know, whether it's a villain or a good person or a strong person or a weak person, you know, those are just all human, you know, it's like the human connection is always going to be there. So it really all plays within the circumstances. So it was very important for me, you know, when I first met with Rupert, to really understand, you know, this as a fable, she kind of starts off just as a bad person, and it was important to kind of understand where she came from and what kind of drive her to like get to where she is. And you know, I don't think this is going to be the evil queen that kind of just shows up and she's evil. I think there's going to be a lot of her circumstances that will kind of bleed into her action, and that's the most important thing for me. You know, I don't want to go and just be evil. I want to be able to go play a character that, and trust me, she's dark and she does horrible. She's a serial killer. I mean, I'm pretty much preparing to play a serial killer, and you know, that's interesting for me. Like trying to ground it and make it something real. Watch out, Kristen.
Thanks for the question. Next.
Good luck, by the way. Keep it up.